Hey, everybody, look on the screen. You see it's sadness. Black women trying to keep so-called love alive, and we're still dying at every 5.5. Check out this story. Another day in the BC. Fair use.
Community mourn the loss of a mother, sister, and daughter. Our Spencer Tracy joins us live from where family members held a vigil earlier today. Hey, Gabby, family and friends turned the scene of a deadly shooting into a memorial. Now, one message is sticking with that 30-year-old, and it will remain forever for Montrese Mitchell. A simple,
all right, everybody ready?
But important final message for Montrese Mitchell.
1, 2, 3.
A message that filled the skies of Kenosha.
We love her, we miss her, and it's forever with us. It ain't no letting go, ain't no RIP, it's do it for Woo.
I really appreciate that for all the people who came out today and who support my mom.
Her family, 3 daughters and friends stood with candles and pictures at the hotel where she was murdered.
Knowing that this is actually where she lost her life makes it even more harder.
Kenosha police say 29-year-old Timmy Brooks now faces multiple charges, including first-degree homicide. Court documents say he shot Mitchell in the head in the hotel room Wednesday night.
He damaged her. He made an understatement and said, I'm going to make the whole family cry.
Even through the pain.
I feel like we needed this, we needed to let everything out.
And the tears.
It's going to take a while, but we got it. I think we're strong enough. As a family, stay together, pray together.
3 sisters hold each other tight as they hold on to their mom's memory for life.
And I love everybody who came out today.
He said what? He's going to make the whole family cry. Speak life into him. That is just the dumbest statement. One of the dumbest things ever heard. Speak life into them as they take yours. Way to go. Way to go. Speak life into them and they take yours. Let's go ahead and look at the second clip. I believe he shot her in the head 3 times. 3 times. In the head. Oh, and let's see, what was it all about for her to lose her life? What was it about, girl? Unbelievable.
Gallery greeted a Kenosha murder suspect this afternoon.
Arbel Miston was in court as 29-year-old Timmy Brooks made his first court appearance, and so is the victim's family. Bill joins us live. Interesting moments in court today.
Hey, Ben and Steph, and those few moments coming from Montrese Mitchell's family, those moments of emotion even before they began asking the court commissioner to set a high bail in this case, as Brooks is charged with allegedly shooting Mitchell in the head during an argument at a Kenosha hotel early Wednesday morning. Seconds after Timmy Brooks walked into court,
we're gonna have to deal with this here.
Emotions erupted from some in the packed gallery filled with family of Montrese Mitchell.
You're gonna have to have people removed then.
Brooks was removed, and deputies settled things down after pleas from Mitchell's father.
I'm somewhat lost for words. My family's upset. I'm upset. We can't even grieve without a lot of the nonsense that's going on.
And how his family ended up here.
She just turned 30, April 12th. For her to lose her life at such a young age, over something this crazy.
Wednesday afternoon, a housekeeper at the Wyndham Garden Hotel opened a room to find a woman on the ground. She wasn't moving. She was dead. That woman, the 30-year-old Mitchell. Court documents say she was shot 3 times. The room, rented by Brooks less than 24 hours earlier.
This incident all started over an argument in a hotel room about information that was on Mr. Brooks's telephone.
And when he tired of the argument, prosecutors say he pulled out a gun and shot Mitchell in the back of the head.
This was a calculated, it was callous, and frankly, it was an intentional act as well.
Brooks turned himself in to Milwaukee police on Wednesday.
He doesn't deserve a chance at bond, nor should he ever see the light of day.
A court commissioner set Brooks' bond at $1 million. He was out on bond in 3 felony cases at the time. He also has a prior felony conviction.
So, he was already out on bond at the time of down. Was already out on bond at the time. 3 felonies. But I'm going to stand by my man through thick and thin. And look where she landed. 3 times in the back of the head. I'm tired of arguing with you. Let me start. Dusty voice. I'm tired of arguing with your ass. Tired of shit. I'm not tired of arguing with you. There's a thing called walk away. Just like he used those 2 old evil dust bucket legs to go commit a crime in those felonies, he could have used those same old evil, ill-footed dust bucket feet to walk away from the argument. Oh, no, they ain't no, I get down. Oh, I'm saying I lay these hoes out. That's what I do. And end up in a jumpsuit. I'm tired of with you, man. I told you about that. So, y'all, seriously, it's not funny, but seriously. Tired of it. Always on my back, man. By my phone. And ladies, especially to black women, it's just in all nationalities, but I'm talking about to the black women. Because I know the mammy biscuits run deep. Here's the issue that we don't want to face. And this is one of the reasons why we are dying every day, every 5.5 hours, trying to keep this so-called love alive. Newsflash, I'm beginning to think a lot of us don't know what it even is. Here's the issue, in my opinion. This was by Sun Tzu. It says this quote, "If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles." If you know yourself, but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. Why you don't know your enemy? If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. So I think that black women, you don't know your enemy. You don't. These dusties. I'm going to keep hope alive until I die. And that's what's happening to us. You don't know the enemy. And I hate to say this, besides the dust buckets, sometimes, ladies, and I love you so much, sometimes the enemy is ourselves. Sometimes we're our own enemy because we're putting up with this mess right here. Oh, yeah. Think about it. Powerful saying. If you don't know, if you know yourself but not the enemy, every victory you gain, you're going to suffer defeat. That happens every day. For example, look how many black women go and get their college degree or go start a business. I'm going to start a business, college degree. Oh, I got my master's. I'm a lawyer. I'm an accountant. I'm a teacher. I'm a business owner. They're right there. That's a victory. You've got your own business. You're gainfully employed. But you don't know the other enemy is the dusty, and you go pick it up. You got a victory. Got a nice life for yourself financially. Nice little setup, home, car, whatever it is. You pick up that dusty, now you got a defeat. End up dead. End up a baby mama with all the responsibility on you, not just emotionally, physically, the day-to-dayness of raising children. Get them up early, their room, the cooking, the cleaning, the laundry, the insurance, the doctor's appointment, the soccer games, or I want to be a cheerleader. All that's on you. A defeat. because you've been left holding the bag. It took 2 to create the child, but now it's taking 1 to raise it because he's gone. Like, he's gone. Every victory you gain, you're going to suffer defeat. You're going to pick up that dust bucket. But I got my own house. My own car. I got a portfolio. I'm educated. I got my degree. Or I'm not educated, but guess what? I have a business. I am financially, I can sustain myself. Pick up that dust and look what happened. You got babies, bills, heartache, bad credit. Let's hope you don't have to get a disease. These dusts is getting around too, you know. Every victory gained, you got to defeat. If you know neither the enemy, you don't know who the enemy is. And don't forget, sometimes the enemy, it could be ourselves, because guess what? We have basically inculcated all the mammy teachings. We listen, digested it. It's deeply planted in our mind, and we act accordingly. If so, you don't really know yourself. You haven't gotten a chance to know yourself. What you could do, what you can become. You did with a dusty. Now you just following the pattern. The ones before you did it. You don't know yourself. All you're doing is doing what was put before you. The ones before you did it, they became a baby mama and picked up struggle, men full of struggles. They picked up low-performing men. So you did the same thing, and you got a job, and you support yourself, and you support your kids, because that's what your mama did. You don't really know yourself. You're just following the motion. It's like a puzzle. This piece goes in here, this piece goes in there, and that's what we're doing. That's what mama did. So, and you can't question black mama. Oh, you better not. You know what's going to be on and popping. But yeah. So that right there, you don't really know. You haven't got a chance to. Having children early. Now you get survival. You haven't got a chance to know yourself. So you don't know the enemies, the dust bucket. If you got a mammy for a mama, so to tell you that's your enemy too. She doing what was taught to her. If you got a mammy for a mama, and they will coddle son, but they put you to work like you, a machine. As a video I did, black women, not a Marine, but raised to be a fight machine. Yet I always knuckle up, hustle up for everybody but you. And you get caught that hamster wheel, you'd be surprised. I don't care how grown a woman is. Well, she got 3 kids. Does she really know herself? Or she's just doing what she saw the ones before her do? Have you got a chance to really know you? Your potential, what you could become? Well, no, exactly, because you're in a rat race now. You got these kids, responsibility. And sometimes you're taking care of yourself, your kids, and your man, and mom and all. You just stress the hell out. Stress the hell out. And then want to critique some that don't have kids. That's a choice. I've been married, never wanted children. Before that was discussed before the marriage, during, never wanted children. That just wasn't what I wanted to do. I like doing, everyone's different. You don't know what you're talking about. I know one thing a lot of people don't know themselves. You haven't had a chance to. You running for, gotta run for mama. Then here comes some of them. Got a deadbeat dad. Mine wasn't. But they got a deadbeat dad. Then his old silly behind, he hasn't done anything. And he gets older. All of a sudden, eureka, he realizes, oh my gosh, you know what? When I was younger, I did have some cheering by Sally Mae. Let me go and try to find out. Is any of them got a job? You know what he showed up for? His old poverty D but hasn't done anything with his life. He doesn't have retirement. Probably hasn't worked that much. So the Social Security check isn't that great. Try to lean on my cheering. You be looking at, it's a stranger at the door. I wonder who that could be. Hey, you 35 and 40, shorty, I'm your daddy. It's like, I've heard that kind of thing that blows my mind. It's like, are you really serious? The guy showed up. Did you show up with a check for all those missed child support payments? Oh, let me guess. You need a check, or you need some place to lay your dust bucket head. Duly noted. And the cycle goes on and on and on. So if you don't know the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Fighting with these dusties. I'm trying to have a family. I'm trying to have a life for my kids. I'm trying to have a man. You don't know who the enemy is. Sometimes the enemy is your man. And I hate to say it. Sometimes the enemy, ladies, is us. You haven't had a chance to know yourself, to know what you want and what you can become. Surrounded by negativity. You don't know your self-worth. And that when you don't know yourself, you don't know what you deserve, you don't know your self-worth. And when you're on that hamster wheel, honey, it can be hard to figure it out because you're just trying to stay afloat for you and everybody else, stay afloat. Need a freaking break. You don't know your self-worth, and that's why we're succumbing in every battle. That's why we're being murdered every 5.5 hours by black men in the community. Picking up the dust, around the dust. Like that lady with that, like I said, to me, it reminded me of a Hannibal Lecter kind of thing. Sitting in her car with her child. Lord, look at that. Some kind of jaw apparatus. And then a trachea around that dust. And that is why I say, and I will always say, don't care to see the poverty thee will not turn out good for thee. So yeah. In closing, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. Because you know the enemy. You know the enemy. I hate to say it. We don't even know the enemy in as with regard to politics and these churches, which I'm not going to go there. Black man, I saw that in the Wall Street Journal, and I even before the election, I thought, what the hell is this old man? I'm riding with Biden. Where the hell you going? Nowhere. All the politicians, to me, a lot of them are POS. The majority. Come on. But you, at some point, you have to look at life is business. Do the math. I'm riding with Biden. I said, well, look at him, 60-some years old. I'm riding with him. Where are you going? You have to look at things. Life is business. You have to be an idiot to see how your life improved in one circumstance, then it went down the next, and you keep on. But I'm gonna keep on riding with the one that's with this bad relationship or this bad decision I made. I was making money when I was working on her on L Street. I done got to M Street, now I'm in the negative. And such what they call Stockholm syndrome, you still. But I'm gonna show likes M Street. But you make more money on your net worth is high on L Street. I know. But I just got a feeling. You're just a fool. Life is business. We refuse to get the memo. Knowing your enemy is business and knowing yourself. That's how you know how to maneuver. But I know you can't tell us nothing. So yeah, so if you know neither the enemy nor yourself, sometimes, like I said, some things you can, in a way, you kind of say, can you help it? It's the upbringing. That's why it's good to listen to a different point of view. That's why I'm so opposed to people. Sometimes they'll get with the family and they're like, grow up, okay, and you stay here and you get a job and you never leave. I sympathize with you. You might leave. It might be the best, realize your best life. Life's going to have its ups and downs, but that's just a closed mind. You already know what's there. It's time to venture out. So if you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. And black women, all people, but black women in particular, we're in this battle of our lives, our very existence. A lot of us are succumbing. Why? Every 5.5 hours, poverty D, we don't want to recognize who the enemy is. And sometimes the decisions that we're making, the rearing, the way things are done in the community, that's the norm. That's that right there. The thinking pattern is your enemy. Hate to tell you. And that's why this group is at the bottom, succumbing to every battle. I don't care who's in office. It's going to be, at the bottom collectively. So yeah, this lady, it would have been a hell of a lot better for her. That meant the Felonious. Girl, I'll be getting my bag. Well, first of all, looking at him, how he even got next to her, come on, you could do better. But I know in the BC, you're taught to struggle. Fix them up for you, girl. It's unfortunate. So he got tired of arguing with her and 3 shots to the back of her head. And it's sad that's the man she chose. Doesn't justify it. Not at all. 3 shots to the back of her head. You see what you got at the last minute. 3 girls. I guess the grandfather raised them. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. But today would be a good day, in case you don't know who you are, to find out who you are. Don't forget, if you know yourself, not the enemy, every victory you gain, you accomplish this, that, and the other. Watch the dust bunny come along and boom, just take it all down. You're going to suffer a defeat. And I'm out.